Hi, this is Dave from Free Run Speed. Today, talking about the New Balance 1080 version 10 with over 300 miles on it. The general makeup of the shoe. It's 30 millimeters back here on the heel and 22 millimeters in the forefoot. Gives it an 8 millimeter heel to forefoot drop. It is 9.5 ounces in a men's size 9 and 8 ounces in a women's size 8. The midsole is a new foam that they've created called Fresh Foam X. Previous 1080s were all in just standard fresh foam. You can also see that they've incorporated a midsole wrap. So your foot sits inside this, cradled by this wrap. So it looks a lot thicker than it actually is. The upper is a knit upper, which is a huge addition to this shoe. The heel fit, that's now becoming a little bit more standard in the running shoe industry, this big scooped heel. So it has that going on. There is a pretty firm heel counter back here. The outsole has got some coverage in high abrasion areas. And you can see 300 plus miles on it. Outsole's still got a long way to go. So I bought this shoe at the beginning of this year, mostly to be a work shoe. I do a lot of contract work for New Balance, and while I do that contract work, I always like to support the brand. So I wanted a shoe that was really comfortable, that I could wear in doing my contract work, and so that's why I bought this shoe. Once COVID shut my work down, I said, why not? I'm going to run in it. And man, am I glad I did. I'll be honest, I've had the 1080 before, other versions, and I didn't really like them. This one, I'll just say this, and I said this when I first put it on, and I'll say it today. This is one of the top 5 shoes this year. Period. Carbon fiber plates or not. You want to run in a shoe every single day for a long time. This shoe's absolutely in the game. And I think it's top 5 for what they've done to this shoe. The fit. This upper, I've talked about knit uppers in the past. Knit uppers wrap around your foot, no matter what kind of foot you have. And again, you know by watching this, I have a fairly narrow foot. This upper wraps my narrow foot. But I've also seen people with standard feet or wider feet fit in this exact same upper. And that's because this upper will stretch to your foot, or it will constrain to your foot. That's a good thing. And New Balance did a great job with this knit upper. In early reviews, people that didn't put a lot of miles in this, and I think runners who have put a lot of miles in this now understand what I'm about to say. The heel fit, there have been some concerns about the heel fit, specifically in reviews. And once you start running in it, and you've run in it for a long time, you understand what they're trying to say. When you put a shoe on that's got a heel that's kind of this high, you expect a really super secure heel. specifically up to the top of your heel and even almost wrapping your Achilles. And this shoe doesn't do that. What it does do, though, is it's super secure back here on this heel counter. So down where your heel really needs to be held in, it is held in really well. And then up here, it's comfort. It's comfort based around your heel. It's not trying to lock your heel in. And I think people mistook that as heel fit that does not hold your foot well in place in some runners. But in reality is, you run it in it enough. And I am one, again, I don't have a standard heel. It's a little bit narrower. If there's going to be a heel fit issue, I'm going to feel it. And I do not feel it. And you can see I don't do the runner's lace on it. I don't have to. So again, on fit, I think they nailed it. It's going to fit a lot of feet. That upper is super, super sweet. It's going to fit so many different feet, and it's going to be really comfortable for a long time. The midsole wrap on both the medial and lateral side is a good move for this shoe. The requirements of this shoe is that it functions for a lot of different types of runners, and because it's wrapped and because your foot is cradled inside that midsole, it's going to function for a lot of different types of runners. The Fresh Foam X, I think one of the drawbacks or one of the complaints of Fresh Foam, and I will be the first one to say that I let New Balance know and I let a lot of people know, is that although it was called Fresh Foam, it didn't feel alive. I used to say Fresh Foam doesn't feel really fresh. This Fresh Foam X is simply different. I can tell you right now that from the minute I put it on back in February and still today, after 300 miles, there's an moment when I put the shoe on that, I know this is going to be a comfortable run. I know that even though my legs are tired and this shoe is going to give me the protection, or at least the comfort that I want when I'm out there on the roads. That's what this midsole does. If you think about originally when Fresh Foam first came out, this is what you thought it would be. And this is what it is. So I think you can tell I am very excited for New Balance. Excited for myself because I chose it and have been running in it. And I've done every kind of run. I've done long runs on the roads. I've done tempo work. I've done hill repeats. I've done all kinds of running in this shoe. And never once did I come back and say, whoa, that run was terrible. I take that back. I did. And remember, I talked about I was determining whether the shoe was dead or was it my legs. Well, it was my legs. The shoe was not dead. I still ran in this shoe this past week. No matter what shoes I have in rotation, I guarantee you I'm going to pull this shoe out and run in it just because it feels that good. My only challenge, and I challenged New Balance when this shoe first came out, and I guess we'll find out soon enough. It is really hard to update a shoe like this. A shoe that's this good, it's hard to come out with the 1080 version 11. I wish them luck at doing the 1080 version 10 plus 1 and making it a better shoe. I really wish them luck, and I hope they get there. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope this helps. New Balance 1080, neutral, max cushion, lots of foam under your foot, lots of lively foam under your foot, and 300 miles in, I'm going to say it's really durable.